As you descend the ridge towards the graveyard of the ancients, you are aware of a strange mist and clouds that swirl around this gray and forbidding place, blocking the sun and keeping the graveyard in perpetual gloom. A creeping chill seems to penetrate your very bones. Your horse becomes startled, and no matter how you urge him on, he refuses to go any nearer the dreadful place, so you must leave your horse and press on by foot. Your passage through the graveyard will not be easy. The ground is broken and covered with thorny graveweed. This wicked bar tears your cloak and cuts your legs. The air hangs heavy and still. Foul gases seep from open crypts, and the haunting murmur of distant whispering fills your ears. And here's a picture. Very nice. Good place to build a summer home.
Oh man, is that a bat?
It's a bat.
Looks cute.
Yeah. Carefully, you approach the gap between two ancient pillars and part of the graveweed with your cloaked hand. Suddenly, the ground collapses beneath you, and you fall in a tumble of earth and stone. You are winded but not hurt. You have fallen 15 feet or so through the roof of an underground tomb. The walls are sheer and you cannot climb them. The arched tunnel leads out of the tombs towards the east, in front of which lies a sarcophagus of some ancient noble. You have sixth sense. Would you like to use that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Your senses scream at you that this place is very evil. Leave as quickly as you can.
Okay.
Thank you, sixth sense. The walls are dank and slimy. Their stale air chokes you, and you and cobwebs brush against your face. You can feel panic grip your stomach as the tunnel gets darker and darker. You reach a junction where the tunnel meets a corridor leading from the north to south. Do you wish to go north or south?
And I'm still in the underground area.
Yep.
Can I look up the map? See where exactly the graveyard is?
I'll try. I don't think it actually shows the graveyard. Let's see. Yep, whoops. Yeah, it doesn't actually show the graveyard. It's just you're here somewhere.
Alright, let's do our intuition and let us go. Let's
save.
Oh, okay.
Let's save. Alright.
Hopefully this isn't like a death trap either way sort of thing. Let's hope.
Do you want to go 26 or 100?
You know, it's always a bad choice, so I'm going to choose it. I want to go north.
Yay! Cautiously, you move along the corridor until you come to a sharp eastward tunnel. A strange greenish light can be seen in the distance. Do you wish to continue or do you wish to go back?
Let's fucking touch that green.
Yeah, let's do it. You descend a flight of stone stairs that lead to a large chamber. A macabre sight awaits you. Directly opposite the large stone room is an ornate archway with a corridor leading across into darkness beyond. The strange green light radiates from two lines of skulls, each resting on a stone plinth. They face each other and form an eerie walkway across the room. Do you wish to walk across the archway or do you wish to attack the skulls?
Fucking skulls.
Yeah. Do you want to attack the skulls?
Let's smack some skulls around for no reason.
You do have a hammer, you know.
I do.
Hammers are meant for smacking. Running across the room, you lash out at the skulls, smashing them into fragments with glee.
For no reason.
You notice that inside each skull is a bubbling gray jelly that seems to wreathe and change its shape, sprouting bat-like wings and suckers from its glistening form. In horror and loathing, you race for the exit corridor and escape as the heavy portcullis falls with a crash, completely sealing off the chamber. Good job.
I guess that was the bad thing to do, to just randomly strike. Goddamn. Alright.
The corridor soon widens into a large hall. At the far end, a stone staircase leads up to a huge door. Two black candles on either side of the stone steps dimly illuminate the chamber. You notice that no wax has melted, and as you get nearer, you can feel they give off no heat. Ancient engravings cover the stone surface of the walls. Anxious to leave this evil tomb, you examine the door for a latch. An ornate pin appears to lock the door, but there is also a keyhole in the lock plate. And here's a picture of it. You don't have the key. You don't have mind over matter. So guess what you get to do?
I get to remove the pin.
Yay!
And probably blow myself up.
Now you get to pick a random number.
Alright.
You picked this one.
Alright.
Instinctively, you dive away from the stairs and land on the stone floor. Your quick reactions have saved your life, for the vast granite block has fallen from the ceiling and crushed the steps just in front of the lock plate. You lucky devil. Shaken, but not stirred, you get to your feet. A shaft of dull gray light is seeping into the chamber from above, where the stone block was. Through the hole in the ceiling, you can see a tangle of graveweed and the cloudy sky above. You clamber out of the tomb and head for the arched south gate of the necropolis as fast as possible. The pointed log walls of the city's outer defense works are now visible. So really, absolutely...
That was a point.
Yeah.
I really want to go back and just kind of like explore more, because that was like...
No.
God damn.
Just be glad you got out of there with your head it's still attached to your neck.
I don't care.
Neck.
Whatever.
At last, you can reach the wooden fieldworks surrounding the outer city. As you race towards the sentry post, you can hear the excited shouts of the guards cheering you on. Thank the gods they recognize you, for you must appear a ragged and suspicious figure. Your cloak is torn and hangs in tatters. Your face is scratched and blood-smeared, and the dust of the graveyard covers you from head to toe.
No, I'm fine.
Splashing through a shallow stream, you stagger towards the gate. The full horror of the graveyard encounter begins to catch up with you. The last thing you recall before exhaustion robs you of consciousness is falling into the outstretched arms of two soldiers who have run from the fieldworks to help you.
What do you mean? The graveyard didn't do shit to me.
No, it was a horrible ordeal.
No, it wasn't.
There were skulls.
Nothing happened to me.
There were skulls, and you smashed them. It was terrifying. You black out for a few moments before you were revived with a measure of strong spirit. Feeling weary but thankful to be alive, you lean on the shoulders of King's men and stagger towards the outer defenses. As you reach the walls of the fieldworks, the large oak gates open and you are quickly hurried inside. A sergeant, blood-stained and battle-weary, calls to an officer who turns and recognizes your cloak. "My lord," he says, "where are the other Kai masters? We are in desperate need of their wisdom. The Dark Lords press us most cruelly, and casualties are high." And you tell them that they're on a timeshare in Bermuda. And he looks at you funny, going, "Nah, I'm just kidding. They're all dead. It's fine."
And you know what? That is a good question. How did all of the Kai Masters die, and yet one of the most incompetent ones lives? And, like, actually killed one of those freaking, like, generals and shit. What the hell actually
It was a
attacked that
lieutenant.
place? Whatever.
Don't start singing your praises there, bucko. It was a lieutenant.
Still...
I don't know. Maybe even the failures of the Kai are better than the lieutenants of the Dark Lords.
But like, there's people that are higher ranked than me,
Yeah,
and I seem to be pretty incompetent myself. How did all of those guys lose?
Because they got swarmed. You didn't.
By those flying things?
By hundreds of them, yes. You fought one.
Hey, I could myself could probably take on, let's say 3 with survival.
Uh-huh. Do you remember when it said there were so many of them, they blocked out the sun? So at least 9.
But how many people were in there? Like,
from what I understand, there weren't that many. I mean, there were maybe like 60 or less than 100. So
that's still a lot of me around.
You know what? Maybe
they all chose really stupid skills and didn't know anything about combat.
They all chose mind over matter.
Good.
No, they all just chose Sixth Sense, and all Sixth Sense told them was that they were about to die.
Sixth Sense, like all non-combat abilities, not even the hiding one.
They all chose Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense? Yes. You gonna die. I mean, really, so far your Sixth Sense has pretty much just told you, there's a battle that direction, but you should probably still go that way. It's pretty dangerous. You probably should get out of here, but you're not going to be able to.
Sixth Sense has been a dick to me so far.
It really has. You reach the main gates of the capital and stare in awe at the height of the city's walls. 200 feet high, the walls of Holmgard have withstood the ravages of both time and the Dark Lords. You and the officer race through the tunnel of the inner gatehouse, 100 yards in length, and finally halt outside the doorway of the main watchtower. Great crowds of soldiers and civilians are running to and fro. Do you wish to continue following the officer, or do you think you stand a better chance of making your way on your own?
What?
Yeah. Yep. Do you wanna just stop following this officer? And just go out on your own?
You know what? Yeah, fuck that guy.
I know.
I just wander off aimlessly. Let's do it.
You flippin' degenerate.
Let's have better chances of making my own way, non-escorted into a bunch of raving
To me,
people.
what this speaks of is the author wanted you to go explore the city, but couldn't think of a real good reason for it. So he's just like, I don't know, maybe you just don't want to follow that guy.
I'm just gonna leave.
I will tell you that
escorts.
I will tell you that this author gets so much better at not having these dumb choices. But I mean, this is his first book, so. But
What?
you know what? I imagine you just saw shiny. Ooh.
I lost my attention span and just started wandering off on my own.
I mean, I just love the idea that you just suddenly decide, you know what? I'm not gonna follow this guy. Alright. You fight your way through the press of bodies along the main street towards the citadel in the distance. City folk are rushing to and fro in the grip of panic as the cries of Kran are heard circling high above. In the crush, one item from your backpack is stolen from your backpack. If you no longer have a backpack or you have no backpack items, you lose a weapon. Remember, this takes off your action charge. So do you have a backpack item? Your scroll! You lost the scroll.
No!
Yep. I don't know what that scroll was for, but...
No!
Yeah! A runaway horse and cart careen past and knock you into a doorway. You are stunned and lose 2 endurance points. As you stagger to your feet, the door bursts open and a decrepit old man attacks you with a meat cleaver! He's quite insane. You must fight him or take evasive action. What kind of town is
Alright,
this?
let's fight him. Let's choose all of the bad decisions. Let's go.
I love the picture of the guy. Oh my god, cleave you. The wild old man is screaming at you. He blames you for the war and curses the Kai Lords as ancients of the Dark Lords. He will not listen to reason and you must fight him.
Alright.
I don't think this is going to end well for him.
Crack his skull open.
Oh, he clipped you. He actually clipped you. Good job. He's dead now.
Bye.
The madman lies dead at your feet. 2 soldiers soon appear at the doorway and immediately congratulate you.
Done! Wow! That was I hated that guy.
Murder in the streets. Good job. Even Cody was laughing. He's not even paying attention. Oh my gosh, 2 soldiers and congratulate. They tell you that he was an escaped lunatic whom they'd been tracking for the last 2 days. One of the soldiers gives you 10 gold crowns. Done, and offers to escort you to the citadel. Do you wish to accept his offer?
I hate escorts now. What have they ever done to me? Huh? Go.
Okay.
I'm the best directioner.
I've got tracking. I can do it. Oh my gosh. For what seems an eternity, the rush of the crowd carries you along like a leaf on a fast-flowing stream. You desperately fight to stay on your feet, but you feel weak and dizzy from your ordeal, and your legs are as heavy as lead. Suddenly, you catch a glimpse of a long, narrow stone stairway that leads up to the roof of an inn. Gathering the last reserves of your strength, you dive for the stairs and climb slowly to the top. From here, you can see the magnificent view of the rooftops and spires of Holmgard, with the high stone walls of the citadel gleaming in the sun. And of course, there's a picture of the rooftops. The houses and buildings of the capital are built very close to each other, and it is possible to jump from one roof to the next. In fact, many of the citizens of Holmgard use the roofways, as they are known, when the heavy autumn rains make the unpaved parts of the streets too muddy for walking. But after many accidents, a royal decree forbade their use. After careful thought, you decide to use the roofways, as they are your only chance for reaching the king, because you had no other chances. None.
Nope.
You have hopped, skipped, and jumped across several streets, and you are only one street away from the citadel when you come to the end of the row of rooftops. The jump to the next roof is much further than anything you have tried before. Your stomach begins to feel as though it were full of butterflies. Determined to reach the citadel, you turn to do anything to reach the citadel. You turn and take a long run up to the jump. With blood pounding in your ears, you sprint to the edge of the roof and leap into space, your eyes fixed on the opposite rooftop. Pick a number on the random number table. 3. Wow, it's a good thing it wasn't 0, 1, or 2, I'm pretty sure.
You just make it.
You land with such a crash on the opposite roof that the wind is knocked out of you and you lie flat on your back with your head in a spin. It takes a minute or so for you to realize that you've made it and are perfectly safe. When you are sure that you are all right, you jump up and let out a shout for joy at your skills and daring.
Yay!
You're so easily impressed with yourself. Quickly, you
Escorts don't even know what.
You didn't let out a cry for joy at your accomplishment of destroying the Lieutenant of the Dark Lords, but jumping from roof to roof? Done.
Ignoring all of the safe routes to get to the castle and started going towards mobs of angry people and attacking old people that just wield knives, and you assume that is just some crazy dude.
Let's just hope you don't learn from past examples and think, if I kill people in the street, guards pay me money.
Hey, it worked before.
Quickly, you find a way across the roof and climb down a long drain pipe to the street below. You see the large iron doors of the citadel open, and a wagon drawn by 2 large horses tries to leave. The horses are frightened by the noisy crowd, and they both rear up, causing the wagon to smash a front wheel against the door. In the confusion, you see a chance to enter and quickly slip inside just as the guards slam the door shut. The inner courtyard is a bustle of activity. Cavalry scouts are waiting beside their nervous horses for messages from their unit commanders inside the Great Hall. They take orders with great speed to the defenders of the outer fieldworks. No sooner do they gallop off than other scouts return, many of them breathless and wounded. You have taken less than a dozen steps across the courtyard when you hear a deep voice boom out, "Stop that man!" Quick, cheese it! Startled, you turn around and see a burly sergeant and 2 soldiers running towards you, their swords drawn as if to strike. You prepare to defend yourself, for it looks as if they are about to attack first and ask questions later. But suddenly, the sergeant calls his men to a halt. He has recognized your cloak. They put away their weapons and apologize many times for their mistake. The sergeant orders one of the men to fetch the captain of the guard and leads you to the doors of the Great Hall. You are greeted by a tall and handsome warrior who listens intently to your story. When you have finished the account of your perilous journey to the capital, you notice a tear in the brave man's eye, and he bids you... Oh, tear. Whoa, that's really different than a tear. You notice a tear in the brave man's eye as he bids you to follow him. You walk through the splendid halls and corridors of the inner palace. Their richness and grandeur are a wonder to behold. You eventually arrive at a large carved door, guided by 2 soldiers wearing silver armor. You are about to meet the king, unless you choose not to follow these people. Alright. You enter the chamber of the state, a magnificent hall decorated lavishly in white and gold. The king and his closest advisors are studying a large map spread upon a marble plinth in the center of the chamber. Their faces are lined with worry and concentration. A silence fills the hall as you tell of the death of your kinsman and the perilous journey to the citadel. After you finish your story, the king approaches and takes your right hand in his. Lone Wolf, you have selfless courage, the quality of a true Kai Lord. Your journey here has been one of great peril and many bad decisions, and although your news comes as a grievous blow, the spirit of your determination is... Wait, what? My son's dead?! You receive the praise and heartfelt thanks of the entire hall, an honor that brings a certain redness to your young face. The king raises his hand and all the voices cease. You have done all that Summerlund could have asked of a loyal son, but she is greatly in need of you still. The Dark Lords are powerful once more, and their ambition knows no bounds. Our only hope lies with Durinor, in Durinor, with the power of the once defeated Dark Lords an age long ago. Lone Wolf, you are the last of the Kai. You have the skills. Will you journey to Durinor and return with the Summer Sword? I'm just going to call it the Summer Sword. With the Summer Sword, the Sword of the Sun? Only with that gift of the gods may we crush this evil and save our land. If you wish to accept the quest of the Summer Sword, begin your adventure in Book 2. I'm assuming that's going to be...
Oh, thank you, King.
Yay.
He just starts there, he's like, if you would like to if you wish to accept this request, continue to Book 2.
If you wish to save Summerlund, insert additional coins.
Yeah,
So what do you think?
30.
And I can guarantee you that this is probably one of the least well-written books.
I could just yell bullshit about like half of this book. It's just like, you want to go to the mountains? Yes, you die. The end. No choices, no chance, no nothing.
It doesn't do that very often throughout the series.
It doesn't even seem like you just went into a dangerous situation. It's like, you want to go away from another dangerous situation? Yes, you are dead.
Yep.
Thank you, Sixth Sense.
It does that every once in a while. The books get better as they go along. The early books do that sometimes.
By the way, that is a really bad Sixth Sense.
It is. It gets much better later on.
I was just thinking about it. Like, did it literally, my Sixth Sense, get me killed? Like, immediately? It's just like, don't go down that path. That one has fighting in it. Alright, Sixth Sense. Let's do this.
I think the author was trying to say that the path you were taking was away from your objective, and you weren't supposed to do that.
I guess that's like, you punish you for not looking at the map or something.
What he did. Okay, what I noticed in the early books like this, because he's not used to writing this stuff yet. What he used to do, because it was a book and it was limited in what he could write, so if you did something like that, he would kill you off. In later books, and I mean not like way down the road, I mean like, you know, a few books down the road, if that, what he'll tend to do is, instead of straight killing you off, he'll find other ways to penalize you. There are always, each book always has one or two points where it's like you died, but usually it's you made a really bad decision, you made a really bad roll, or you didn't, you know what I mean? Or a combination of the two. It's very rare that it's like, you want to go left? Okay, go left. Oh, you're dead. It doesn't happen very often. I can assure you of that.
Good. Because, like, Sixth Sense is supposed to prevent that.
Yeah.
Too. I mean...
I'm shocked, actually. You were supposed to, when you use Sixth Sense at the first, you're supposed to meet up with a guy, but you didn't, who's important later, but whatever. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You'll meet him in another book anyway.
Probably because I kept freaking getting out of my...
but
would you like to escort? No.
I will tell you this, though. The next book is actually one of my favorite of the entire series.
Alright.